Well, let's begin. And our first hole is one of the prettiest you'll see anywhere, the 13th at Augusta.
The 13th hole at Augusta National, 465 yards, is the shortest par 5 in major championship golf. Yet, in all respects, it's probably one of the most challenging, interesting, spectacular holes in the game of golf. The tee shot must be hooked to get in a position to get home in 2. As you can see, you must come around the trees, catch the slope, and have the ball roll down here. This is the position I was in playing my second shot in the 1986 Masters. The great thing about the 13th hole is it's natural. Of all the holes we have in the game of golf, there probably isn't a more natural hole than the 13th here at Augusta National. The hillside was here, giving you a perfect counter slope to play a tee shot into. The creek bed was here, it was natural. The green was just put on the other side of it, and that was it. Great hole, fun hole. Most players, when they play in the Masters, feel they should walk off this green with a 3 or 4, but many walk off with 6 or 7. Why? Because the creek that crosses in front of the green poses a very, very serious threat to the second shot, just as the creek on the tee shot poses a threat on it. And you must challenge the creek on both the tee shot and the second shot to play the hole successfully.
In the final round of the 1986 Masters, both Jack and Seve Ballesteros hit perfect drives which set up these second shots to the green. Both were equal to the moment, with Jack going on to 2-putt for a birdie, while Seve's ball rolled down the slope, stopping 5 feet away from the hole in perfect position for him to make his eagle putt. Even with that, Jack was able to win his 6th Masters.
One thing that all the players have in common at Augusta National, even after they face all those other challenges, is they must face the greens at Augusta National. These are probably the most severe, quickest, and most difficult greens to putt in all of championship golf. Bob Jones said that he wanted to design greens that would force the player to put the ball in the proper place on the green. Well, certainly he and Alistair McKenzie accomplished this at Augusta National.
Again, the magic of television moves us from America to Scotland to a hole that features a truly fearsome tee shot.
Number 14 here at the Old Course, 567-yard par 5, is perhaps, against the wind, one of the most dangerous tee shots in all of golf. Why is it dangerous? Well, if you see the old stone wall on the right, that is out of bounds. About 30 yards to the left of the stone wall are the Beardies, the dreaded Beardies. Downwind, that is not really a problem. You drive the ball at the steeple in the distance, and you've got a very wide fairway. But as the wind comes into your face on the easterly, the fairway narrows down and has a very narrow bottleneck to try and drive the ball between the Beardies and out of bounds. So you might take a line 50 yards left into the 5th fairway, but you've got the gorse to contend with and more bunkers over there. So the choice really isn't a pleasant one under any condition. I love the hole because of its danger, because of its excitement, because of the many varied ways you can play it. Not only this hole, but all the holes here at the Old Course. They can be played in many different directions. It's not really a straight game here on the Old Course. Today we have a slight wind in our face, and I'm going to try to carry the ball the 245 yards that's necessary to carry the Beardies. Let's give it a try. I'll take it right there every time I play this hole. Into the wind.
In the 1978 British Open, Jack was left with this second shot. He played the ball perfectly to set up his 3rd to the green. The 3rd shot can be played by lofting the ball onto the green or by pitching and running. Jack chose the latter, and from there, made his par. We'll be back with the rest of Jack's par 5s in a moment. Jack's selection of par 5s continues with the 17th at Baltusrol. We're on the 17th tee, which has the distinction of being the longest hole in major championship golf. Plays up to 630 yards. Par 5, a real three-shooter. Now, I'm sure there's another reason why you picked it other than its length.
Well, it sure is, Jack. Number one, 1980, I came here against Aoki with a two-shot lead. I felt I needed to make 4 on this hole to ensure my position on the last hole to be able to play it any way I wanted to. But on this hole, being a true 3-shot hole, it's probably one of the most difficult par 5s to make 4 on. And, of course, the key shot on this hole is the tee shot. And you must knock it in the fairway, and I'll show you why.
Okay. All right, now what happens if you don't put it in the fairway here?
Well, Jack, if you put the ball in the rough here, the hole is sort of a chain reaction hole. In other words, if you drive the ball in the fairway, you can put your second shot where you need to put your second shot to get it on the green in 3. If you don't put your tee shot in the fairway, you have a set of cross bunkers on the hole that you can't get across. So you have to lay up short of those bunkers, and you can't get home from there. So it means that you have to lay up the next shot. So it becomes a 4-shot hole. And that's the key to this hole. It's a real dangerous hole. I mean, if one fellow puts it in the fairway, he can make 4. The other fellow's going to struggle to make 5 and probably is going to make 6.
Well, in 1980, you were successful here, weren't you?
I drove it in the fairway, played a 2-iron down short of the green. Aoki hit his 3rd shot in about 5 feet. I knew he was going to make it, but I still had to play my 3rd shot conservatively. The pin was in the front left of the green. If you miss the green left, you're in real trouble. So I put it out about 22 feet to the right of the hole. And that was a putt I'll long remember because it went right in the hole and allowed me to play the last hole the way I wanted.
And so finally, this dream round is almost complete. And what a way to finish.
No collection of great golf holes would be complete without this, the 548-yard par 5 18th here at Pebble Beach Golf Links. What a great hole. Just look at it. Ocean, meeting with the land, surrounded by trees, coming back into the lodge at Pebble Beach. Something else. What a sight. Today, we've got absolutely ideal conditions. Slightly downwind. Under these conditions, the hole can be reached in 2. But you wouldn't be this lucky in tournament conditions. The wind generally blows off the ocean, blows off the land. The main objective most of the time is get the ball on dry land with a tee shot. You're cutting across the corner of the ocean, and when you're playing downwind, you're going to play a little draw to try and go with the shape of the hole so that you have a chance to get home in 2. When the wind's the other way, I aim it out over the ocean, hoping the wind will bring the ball back. I swallow a couple of times and just hope that I can hit a second shot from dry land. Let's see what we can do. That's as good as I can hit it.
In the final round of the 1982 United States Open, Tom Watson hit a perfect drive on 18, which set up the second shot on the hole. In one of the most memorable days in golf history, Tom and Jack exchanged the lead several times until Watson chipped in on 17 for birdie. So all Watson was left with was this 3rd shot to the... We'll be back to summarize Jack's greatest 18 holes in major championship golf in a moment.
Next, the true test of a champion, the grueling 1.5 miles of the Belmont Stakes. Kentucky Derby winner Winning Colors and Preakness winner Risen Star duel for $1 million bonus. Join us for the dramatic conclusion of the Chrysler Triple Crown Challenge, live on a special edition of ABC's Wide World of Sports. Next.
Well, Jack, your course has 4 par 3s, 10 par 4s, and 4 par 5s. 72 par, 6,913 yards with 13 holes in America and 5 in Great Britain. I think it's a terrific golf course. I probably couldn't break 100 on it, but I'd love to play it. Have you any final thoughts?
Well, Jack, first of all, I've enjoyed doing the show. I've enjoyed reliving those famous 18 holes, or holes that I really have a great love for, and ones I've enjoyed playing in the past. And, of course, playing them again and putting them on one show has been fantastic. I only wish that I could have chosen all the holes that I played in Major Championship golf, because they're all great holes. And we obviously couldn't pick them all, but it was, I hope that everybody's enjoyed seeing the ones we picked.
We do, and a further wish for you is that before your golfing days are over, you will be able to play these 18 holes that Jack Nicklaus has chosen in Major Championship golf. From St. Andrews in Scotland, so long.
Jack Nicklaus's greatest 18 holes of Major Championship golf has been brought to you by the investment firm of Smith Barney. They make money the old-fashioned way. They earn it. And by Compaq, maker of the most powerful personal computers. Compaq, it simply works better. And by E-Z-GO Textron, manufacturer of the world's finest utility vehicles for sports and industry.
A promotional fee has been paid to ABC by United Airlines, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.